Hello, my name is Taylor Holman, and my self change project was on how procrastination impacts my life. So, for an introduction, procrastination is the act or habit of procrastinating or putting off or delaying, especially something that requires immediate attention. So, in my self assessment or my initial self assessment about procrastination, I explained that my procrastination is caused by my mentality on homework and how I'm feeling. So sometimes when I get backed up on homework or overwhelmed, it causes me to procrastinate even more. Sometimes my mental health will impact my procrastination, and it's from like lack of motivation and productivity. And it's caused by some external factors as well. So for me, my room always has to be clean for me to like start doing homework. So I'll start like cleaning my room, and then I may like lay down and get tired and then not want to do anything after that. So it causes me to go into this cycle that I can't usually get out of until it's too late. But I did the journal entries from the 21st to the 27th to show how my procrastination affects me on a weekly basis. So I like to start this off by saying this isn't really a good representation on how much I'm impacted by my procrastination. This week was actually a good week for me. Technically, my productivity and motivation was up this week. Sometimes it comes in waves, where sometimes I'll be motivated and so productive for that week, get all my assignments done when they need to be done, have free time. But sometimes the week after that may be the exact opposite. So on this week was actually a good week. And I think it was a good week because I was coming out of a bad week. So on that Monday, I started off really productive and I got a lot of assignments done. And the zeros, the numbers next to the weekdays is to represent how many times I procrastinated in that day, like any assignments that I put aside. But I was actually able to get most of my assignments done and end up with only two assignments done. Two assignments left at the end of that week. On that Tuesday, I came to school and I was motivated again, but it was prom week and there was a group of people who were giving out free prom dresses and they had us looking at them, and I got a little distracted. So I was unable to do like my work at school because I got a little behind, but my productivity was up when I got home. On that Wednesday, I was it was rainy, so I kind of felt like not motivated again, but I was able to get a lot of work done because I kind of put into my head that I need to get some assignments done, and I got to it. But I also had math class, so that kind of set me back a little bit and made me not want to do anything after that. But before that, I was able to get a lot of assignments done. On that Thursdays I don't have school, so when I don't have school, I typically sleep in, and when I sleep in, it causes me to have a setback, and I start my day off wrong essentially, and it makes me less motivated and less productive. But I did some assignments, but honestly, from the days prior, I was able to get a lot of work done, so I wasn't too pressed about finishing work on time. And that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was feeling a little motivated and I wasn't productive. But on Sunday, I knew I had to get those two assignments done, so I went ahead and knocked those out. So for my goal setting, some motivation for me is knowing that when I procrastinate, it's affecting me in the long run. Procrastination is a habit that could stick with me for the rest of my life, and that isn't a good trait to have, especially going into the career that I want to go into. Knowing that I'm going to start college in the fall was a big motivator for me because I know that doing college now versus doing college later is going to be a lot more advanced, and it's going to get more and more assignments piling up or bigger assignments piling up, and I'm going to need to know how to manage my time, or it's just going to cause my work quality to decline and my stress to increase, and my grades might suffer because of that. So my overall goal was to develop a new pattern for doing assignments so that I can have them done before the deadline, leaving me with free time. This will also help me with time management skills and prepare me for my start to college. So I'm able to reach my career goals without getting burnt out from stress. In my goal, I also put that a way to measure it is to keep up with how many assignments that I got done during that time, or how many days I'm able to finish assignments the day before they're due instead of waiting until the last day. Also, to keep track of how long I need to do this goal, I'm going to set weeks at a time to see like how much assignments I'm able to get done in different weeks. And my deadline is the end of the semester. And I wanted to see like how many assignments I'm able to complete on time or the day before they're due before the semester ends. So to start off with my interventions, the first intervention that I did was doing my homework assignments at school before my math class. In my first self-assessment, I noticed a pattern with me going to math class and feeling unproductive afterwards. So I figured that if I came to school every time that I come, at the same time I come to school every day, and was able to knock out some assignments before my math class, I could take the time after math to socialize as I do during the whole day, and I wouldn't feel as stressed when I got home. I usually get to school about 9 o'clock, and my math class isn't until 1 o'clock. So I figured that time period is a good time period to get enough assignments done to keep my stress level down. So on that Monday, as soon as I got to school, I was feeling motivated and productive to get my assignments done. And I was able to like knock out some discussion boards because typically my discussion boards are due on Wednesdays. And I usually wait until Wednesday or Tuesday to do them. But I knew that once I started on Monday, not only would it help me finish my assignments early, it would also help me create a pattern of productivity so that I could get more and more work done. So on Tuesday, I slept in because I didn't have in-person class that day, and I was feeling less motivated to do anything. But I also did get some assignments done following my math class, surprisingly, but I think that was due to me going to the library. I felt like I would get a lot of work done going there because I'm able to focus a little better in there. On Wednesday, I came to school with the mindset that I was going to get work done, even though Tuesday had already been like an unmotivated day. So it helped me be more productive and motivated. I was able to do 2 math assignments before my math class. And after that, I was feeling unproductive again, but I also ran a few errands for my uncle after school. So I didn't do anything after that. But those 2 assignments was actually a lot for me at the time. So I felt pretty proud and productive that day. On Friday, on Thursday, I didn't have school again. So sleeping in kind of set me back a little bit, but I had to go to a yearbook meeting. So I had to go to school. And before my yearbook meeting, I was able to work on some assignments and clean some up before my exam on Friday. And that kind of helped me being at school for that short period of time. On Friday, I was feeling unmotivated again because it was a friend's birthday and I was trying to help make it a special day for them. But knowing that I had done so much during the previous days, I wasn't feeling too stressed about not getting anything done that day. And on Saturday, I did a few things, but I had a hair appointment that I had to take care of for a friend. And I was able to do some assignments before she came, but overall, I could have done more had I not had that hair appointment. But again, I wasn't as stressed about not finishing that many assignments because I had done so many prior in the week. And then Sunday, this week was actually a busy week for homework, and I ended up having to do 5 assignments on Sunday, but I had a game plan, so I wasn't feeling as overwhelmed as I would. Had I waited for most of the assignments until Sunday, I would have been way more overloaded. but since I was able to even it out during the week, I wasn't as bad a bad feeling about doing those assignments on Sunday. So some other interventions that I did was going to the library every day for that week and staying there for 2 hours. I'd rate this about an 8 out of 10 because when I would go to the library, I think I would get too wrapped up in being in the library in general and not really doing my assignments. The time period that I gave myself kind of overwhelmed me a little bit because I felt inclined to finish assignments in that time. And I knew that if I didn't get those assignments done, I would kind of like beat myself up about it. But overall, it was pretty successful because I was able to get a lot of work done during that time. I think when I'm in a setting that isn't my room, I don't feel inclined to like lay down or get distracted. I'm more likely to like sit down and stare at my computer because others around me are also doing work and it motivates me to do my work as well. And I also use the intervention of keeping myself with a motivated mindset. So I would wake up in the morning, convince myself that this is going to be a good day and I'm going to be productive today. And that honestly was very helpful. Being able to like keep myself up also helped me keep my work up. As I said, like my mentality affects my procrastination. My mentality is low, then my productivity is low. So when I try to keep myself motivated and kind of create incentives for myself in the back of my head for doing assignments, I'm able to get more done. But this also kind of created more pressure on me because I felt like I was kind of letting myself down had I not done some assignments. But honestly, the goods outweighed the bad. So I would rate this as 7 out of 10, and it was successful. In this chart, I explain kind of a data form of what I explained previously. So for each intervention, I put down how many assignments I was able to get during that week, my stress level during that week, and my rating for the intervention. So I was able to finish all of my assignments, but I think this isn't a good representation on how the intervention affected me because regardless, I was going to finish the assignments, but when I finished them was the most important part. The most of them, I was able to finish them before Sunday, but there was still a few times where I had to finish them on Sunday, but it left me with not that many assignments to do because of the techniques that I used. And for the first intervention, my stress level was low and my rating for it was 8 out of 10. My intervention 2, my stress level was medium and my rating for it was an 8 out of 10. And for intervention number 3, my stress level was medium to low and my rating was a 7 out of 10. So overall, the methods worked well for me, but I found the first intervention to be the best for me, honestly. So in conclusion, overall, I say I was able to make a change in my behavior. I know procrastination will probably show up every now and then, but I'm able to have a better control over it. Overall, I'd say I'd rate my experience an 8 out of 10 and my ability to change my behavior because I was able to make a change on it, but I know that I still have more to go. But during this time period, I did make a good change over it. And from my perspective of being a client to a psychotherapist, I'm able to empathize more with those who are trying to change their behavior because I know now how hard it can be. And when there's so many steps that go into it, like it's not just as easy as just saying, you're procrastinating, just do your work on time and you'll have better grades. It's not as easy as that because when you're mentally not well, it's hard to just up and change that. I actually have a friend who during the pandemic, her mentality was so bad that her grades slipped so much and she went from being an AB student to being a D or failing student because she was able to meet deadlines and stay motivated. And for being a psychotherapist, I know how to help develop interventions for clients to help them change their problem behaviors, including the informal and formal ones, because they need to know how important it is to have steps to creating change for their behavior. It's not as simple as just, oh, try this and you'll be fixed. There's problem solving that goes into it. And maybe the interventions don't even work. So you just have to keep going back to the drawing board, and having them keep a journal is important because then they can track which one helped them the best. So you can start from exhibit A and go back up. These are my references. Thank you.